Alright, we got another air conditioner that is not cooling in one of our casitas. Same with a mobile home package here. So the first thing you hear is running, so that's good. Condenser fan's going, so that means that part is working. But the easiest way to check to see what's going on, take a peek in here. See the suction lines, frozen solid, iced up. So tells me this thing's froze up. So we go down here and find the quick disconnect, which appears to be melted. Lovely. Melted. Alright, I gotta go find the circuit breaker box and turn that off, and we're gonna have to change that out too, but not today. We'll get this thing thawed out, cleaned out, and come back to that another day. Let's get this thing shut down so we can get the top off and get it hosed down. So the easiest thing is to get a 5/16 bit and your screw gun. Open that sucker up. This one looks like styrofoam. Frozen all the way to the bottom. It's been running, icing up all day long. Quite obviously all this is insulation that's been pulled off up here, stuck to it. And I can tell by my rating, last time I was in here, cleaned this in 2018, it's now, so that's, I don't know, 2.5 years-ish. And last time I serviced it, I know because I'm the one that writes on the sides of them like that. It's always a good idea. Alright, so let's get this thing cleaned out, thawed out. By the time they get back from dinner, they should be cooled off. Somebody's put a second capacitor in there. At one time there was an issue with the capacitor. They just must pull that off. There's not hooked to anything. I guess I'll pull that side off there and have a look at this. This one's got some issues. I think it's time we replace this whole unit probably. That's probably what's going to happen next. Alright, let me get my hose hooked up and get hosing. Amazing. Already did that. I'm going to get all these leaves and stuff out of here too. I think it's kind of weird. Oh, don't get the compressor wet. Well, the compressor sits right there in the open hole under the fan. Everything gets soaking wet in there, so I don't have to worry about that. Alright, so I'm just going to hose this whole thing down. And then I'm going to go in here, one side or the other, till it is completely free of ice. It'll take about 15 minutes or something. I'll end up leaving it like that. Once I get everything else thawed out. This is thawed out pretty quick right now. Nice 80-degree day here in chilly February. Good old Florida. Alright, since things are all looking pretty nasty, I mixed up some coil cleaner, some super bright, and sprayed down all the nasty. You can see how black and nasty that is. Spray the whole thing down and give it a few minutes. And take care of all this green since I'm at it. Clean this thing up. And then we'll wash it off really good. This will clean all the green. Do a little shot down there too. Alright. Okay, sun's going down, but alright, I got it cleaned up. Did I mention it didn't have a condensate drain? Which I felt to be, I'm not going to say impossible, but very, very highly unlikely. Well, I found it. It's tucked away, hidden in the back corner over there, buried in the muck and leaves. So I feel better about that. Alright, now we're cleaned up. Pop the top back on this thing. Fire it up. Check the gas pressures. See where we're at. See if it's putting out some cool air. Okay, fire it back up. Filters from February 22. 1 year old, it's dirty. Need to replace that. certainly not a help. So let's see what we got going here. We got 80.6. Now I got the gauges on it. It's low already, so I know it's low. What do we got? Anything? No, 83. That's lovely. That doesn't look good, does it? Okay, here's what our gauges say. Can you read that? 40. 145. Get rid of ice. We gotta give it some gas. Here we get rid of ice. So what you don't want to see is the indoor fan not moving. No airflow, everything's gonna ice right on up. So we gotta check that capacitor. Hopefully it's just the capacitor is bad and not the whole motor. Okay, well, we're not 100% out of the woods yet, but I'm pretty sure. Sorry, it's gonna look like crap. 0 is not. Oh, here we go. 2.8. Oh, I take it up. We got a reading. 2.8. You see that? Must be a 3 microfarad capacitor then. Not a good sign. Not a good sign indeed. They have to go cannibalizing. Yeah, lovely. Okay, time for some maths. So we got a 5 microfarad capacitor. If you read that, it says 5 microfarads plus 0.6 minus 0.6%. Why 0.6? I have no idea, but that's basically 6%. 5 microfarads times 6% is 0.3 microfarads, so the tolerance on this thing would be what, 4.7. We have 2.8 microfarads, so this capacitor fails. So let's go see if we can find another one. Alright, so here we are in the capacitor store. So I used to have that in my mouth. I got a 5 tolerance of plus or minus 5%, which is a quarter of a microfarad. So 475 is the minimum. Whoa, look at that. 446. That's not at 475. That means that one's junk. Okay, we got another one. An old beast. This does not say what the tolerances are, but I'm just going to assume it's the same 5%. How about this one? Sometimes oldies are good ones. Hey, look at that. 5.06. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Oldies but goodies, baby. Oh, in case you're wondering why. Why? Check them. Well, this one looks like it's used, right? This one looks like it's used. I don't trust anything. Even you got to put a new one in there. Why go through all the trouble when all you got to do is test it first and make sure you're good to go? Alright? Alright. Our story so far. Hooked it up, nothing happened. Then after a few minutes while I was on the phone, the fan started up. But after about 3 minutes, it slowly dwindled down and stopped. Hot like crazy. However, since this thing's melted, I got bad connections in here anyway, so I'm going to have to replace this. The fan may actually work once I put some good power to it, so I'm going to do that first. But that's going to be done tomorrow. tonight. We're done as far as we can go. So either way this goes, no matter whether we change the fan motor or get away with just changing the service disconnect, got to clean the blades and blow it in here. So got a wire brush. This fits in. Gotta make sure you get all this. Easier on the motor. Airflow. So first this, then we go start changing out parts. Okay, nice and pretty, huh? Not perfect, but does it matter? Well, you know what? Take a look right here. This is a little balance weight. So they took the time to dynamically balance this, and there's one on the other side as well. So I would say, yeah, if it was important enough for them to balance this thing, then it should be clean. Run nice and smooth now. If it indeed runs, well, we'll see what happens. We get some good power to it. Alright, first up is going to be change this quick disconnect, and even though I have the breaker off, trust no one or nothing. Can I find some wire anywhere? Got no power. That's the way we want it. Alright, start ripping this thing up. Alright, pull the old one out, duplicate what you had there with the other one. Back on, it's gonna go. Okay, new box is in. This is an interesting little thing. Installing these. Line leads go on the inside too, loads on the outside, and I know for a fact it's just hooked up opposite. So we had the line, which is this, coming in, power coming in on the outboards, and the load was on the inboards, and I don't think it really makes any difference. But I went ahead and installed it correctly, just because. 125 there, 25 volts, got good voltage, don't we? Alright, so I'll put the cover on that. Now I have control of power out here, which is handy. Cover this back up. The guts. Helps you put it in the right direction. I'm going to leave the outside cover off it so I can power it up. I'm going to stick the fan back in here with just a couple of screws in it and plug it in. See if by some miracle, you never know, it may just work fine. So that had to be done, except that I forgot to tighten up this nut. And then we'll see if we got to go find a fan or not. Oh, just to show you a little better, this is what you see on the outside. This is what it looks like on the inside. Meltdown City. Look at that mess. So there's no telling we had any good voltage coming through there or not, so let's find out. Okay, I'm not going to say I'm confident, but I did put all the screws back in it. Of course, it takes a second, so shall we see what happens? So we got a compressor, condenser fans going. Still got no inside fan, however. You know what? I can check that out by putting it off and turning just the fan on. try that before I freeze this thing up. Okay, this is probably a better idea. I just turn the air, make sure the air was off, turn the fan to on, and that's all we're looking for right now. See if the fan turns. And the answer is no. Alright, so still got to fix the fan. It's lunchtime. Okay, spray a little lube in here. First thing is get this blower wheel off of the motor. Let me do this one hand or not. Should be a big deal. Wow, this is going to be too easy. I say as it settles down. Wow. Used to being that easy. Alright, so 3/8 self-tapping screws. I need to do that. All I gotta do is take these clamps loose. I'll go see if I can find me another one first and match it up. And then I'll take this one. Now I know where it is, placement wise. So this is an interesting turn of events. I have to go and find me another motor, which it's just assuming it was going to match. Don't never assume anything. Get this one out to verify it. It says capacitor 10 microfarads. It had a 5 in it. Put a 5 back on it. So now I got to take it back, put a 10 capacitor on it, and stick it in there and see if it works, because it may still work. Jeez, the hits keep coming. Well, amazing enough, that fired it right up. So I'm about to check our gas. That'll be it for this one. Okay, final tally on this one. Not 100% completely sure for sure, but I know the unit was dirty. I know the service disconnect was garbage. And I had the wrong capacitor in it for the fan, but it apparently had been working for some time, I guess. Back up, we got about a 10-degree split. Not fantastic, but this is an old unit and it'll be replaced here not too long anyway. So, but now it's been cleaned, it's got good power, it's running, it works. So I'll call this one a win. Didn't have to go through a lot of stuff I didn't have to go through. Went through some extra. So I should have exposed that fan and had a look at it, get it the part number or whatever. We don't carry these in stock, so I was out looking to salvage one. So, but that would have been the thing to do. But like I said, we're probably replacing this one, so I just wanted to get it going, so the guests could have some nice cool air for the next couple days until it gets cool again. Alright, so that's a wrap. End the day on a win. Love it.